had a choice to turn my back on a guaranteed payday for the rest of my career, or stand up and do the right thing and defend Ken Anderson the night that Eric Bischoff decided it'd be a great idea to make him wrestle with a concussion versus Jeff Jarrett in a chain match. Tonight, me and Ken Anderson are supposed to have a tag match versus Jeff Hardy and Kazarian. I'm gonna definitely have your back out here as your partner. But what I need to know, Ken, is are you honest to God up to snuff enough to have mine as well?
Oh, no, don't do that, Ken. Ken, get him. He can't even balance himself.
The freak Rob Terry.
Twist the hate.
Oh, nailed perfectly by Hardy.
I think we just saw Rob Terry try to impress Eric Bischoff, Ric Flair, Fortune, and Immortal.
Happy holidays, everyone. It's Mike Today and Taz welcoming you to this very special Christmas week edition of Impact on Spike. And as Immortal enters the Impact Zone, the ring has been prepared for the official weigh-in for the #1 contenders match. It's upcoming Sunday, January the 9th at Genesis, when the Blueprint, Matt Morgan, faces Mr. Anderson.
Well, Mortal in, basically full effect here. Holiday season, who better to see than Immortal? They're always happy and
how about the
holidays.
appearance of
Rob
the
Terry.
freak? Yeah, big Rob Terry.
Could I have your attention, please? You have an opportunity tonight to look at greatness all in the ring, all at the same time. Fortune, Immortal, etc., etc. However, there's a stranger amongst us, and that would be a man the girls mostly call the Freak. I'm not sure what that means, big man, but that would be you, Rob Terry. And Rob Terry is looking for an opportunity in life that only comes around once. You have an opportunity to show Immortal and Fortune that you can be a bodyguard, that you got our back. Okay? This isn't maybe a lifelong job. You got to prove it to us and to yourself. Mr. Bischoff, please take over.
Obviously, we've got a weigh-in scheduled tonight, but it's not your typical weigh-in because we know that they're fighting for the World Heavyweight Championship. But we do have doctors on hand because evidently there is some discussion about Ken Anderson's condition, whether his concussion is cleared up or not. So we've got doctors on hand to check out both Matt Morgan, Ken Anderson, to make sure at Genesis both athletes are completely healthy. And you could have waited till I asked you to come out.
Oh, there is the Blueprint, Matt Morgan.
No, he couldn't wait, Eric. He's coming out on his own time.
I don't blame Morgan for that.
You know, I wish we could trust the comments of Eric Bischoff that he and Immortal, that they truly care about the physical condition of Matt Morgan and I guess even more importantly, Mr. Anderson.
Gotta watch his back, Morgan. A couple of weeks ago, we saw him walk out here with Immortal in the ring with a steel pipe in hand. There's no equalizer in Morgan's hand. He is a massive monster. There's a lot of Immortal in that ring.
Hey, is wipe the smile off your face. Yeah, first thing you do. You pay attention to him. Okay? Yeah, I know his name is Morgan. It could be 30 seconds. So let's not be smiling. Let's be listening.
Well, judging by what we got in here, this is a sham. This whole thing, Eric, is a sham. I know it, you know it, and these people know it. Eric, hear me out. Being a glory whore, wanting all the power, that's a certain kind of low. It is. But to continue to put an athlete's health at risk, knowing he had a concussion, knowing he still today has brain trauma, Eric, that's a whole new level of low, even for you, and that's saying something. Eric, it's done with, okay? I'm not gonna stand for any of this any longer, so it is what it is. Job or no job. I just don't give a crap anymore.
Matt, I'm sorry you feel that way, because really I think you're reading the situation completely wrong. I've got 2 doctors here certified to state of Florida to conduct a physical, to make a medical assessment, and to authorize that both you and Ken Anderson are in perfectly good condition to wrestle. So I think you're reading this wrong. Why don't you step back, look at it a little more objectively, and why don't we start out with you? Step on the scale, let's take your blood pressure.
Everybody's talking to you straight, Morgan. Nobody's BSing you here. He's talking to you man to man. It's a doctor right here.
Man to man, it's the doctor, right?
Man to man, it's a doctor.
You just want to take my physical,
He's
right?
a doctor, that's right.
Okay.
He's a doctor.
Well, how about you want to take my physical? Well, how about we start by me taking your temperature with a size 18 straight down your ass.
Oh, what? No. What? Mick Foley?
What the heck?
What's he doing here, Taz?
Got me.
We haven't seen Mick Foley in the impact zone here in, God, ages.
Hold on just a second there, Matt. You know, Matt, you lay a hand on him, he can have you fired like that. It's all by the book. So I'm asking you, big man, let me handle this one tonight. You know, this is my first time back in the impact zone since October 7th when you and I tore this place apart, Rick. Now on that evening, I got my hand raised, I got the victory. But a week later, you were back in the impact zone, and I was sitting on my couch. The whole world feeling a little bit submerged, like I was underwater. Words not really clear. The laughter of my children sounding somehow muted. Because I was the victim of yet another concussion, Rick. Not all you're doing, but the truth is, that was a great moment in my career, and unfortunately, probably the last great moment of my career. Because I've had to live with the fact I'm not the man I used to be because I suffered too many of those damn concussions. And we have learned now, we have learned through our own mistakes that it's not just the number of concussions, but more importantly, the amount of healing time in between the concussions that makes the difference. Now, Ken Anderson's a lot like me. He's his own worst enemy, and he'll do what he has to do because he loves his business, and he loves TNA, and he wants a shot at that TNA World Heavyweight Championship. But I saw Ken Anderson wrestle last week. He's in no condition for that match, and as long as I'm standing here, as long as I'm breathing, that match is not taking place.
Are you done?
Floor's yours.
Your first official job is to hold this. You are a whiny, pathetic human being. You're the one that raised the bar so high that kids are jumping off roofs, breaking their necks. You're the reason kids are stepping on nails, rolling around in glass. The whole business suffered because of what you did. We all got the heat. Every company in wrestling had to suffer what you started. You didn't have the balls or the skill to be a man and wrestle. That's right, that's you. You started it. You raised the bar. You raised the bar.
Are you through?
I'm not done.
Let me hear it. Yeah.
You wouldn't be a hair on my ass. I wrestled hours, 365 days a year. Hit the head 1,000 times. Nobody made me bitch, whine, or cry.
You know what, Rick? I'm going to tell you
You
this.
have no comeback in that.
I do not.
You have nothing.
I do not.
You're the reason kids are in hospitals.
I do not disagree with every word you said. I know I've been part of the problem.
Part
Part of the
started
problem.
it.
Give me a chance to be part of the solution. Now, Matt, Morgan, and I...
The solution is kiss my ass.
You listen to me, Rick. Matt Morgan and I have not always seen eye to eye, but we've got a bond. You know why? Because I know. No, put it down. Put it down. Yeah, I'm hot. I'm hot. Because I'm talking from the heart here, Rick. You know why? Because Matt and I have reached the same conclusion without even knowing it. Which means we know what happens to us when we die. You know what that is, Rick? A man comes into the room, into the morgue, with a saw, and he cuts off the tops of our heads. And he takes our brains out because we have donated our brains to science. No, you listen to me.
Started it.
I'm saying we have donated our brains.
When I die, it'll be here or on top of a wild woman. I hope it's here, but I'll go either way.
We've been part of the problem. We're going to be part of the solution. All right? We've made our mistakes, but we've learned through those mistakes. I'm not going to let Ken Anderson make the mistakes that I've made. I'm not going to let Ken Anderson sit on a couch nursing another concussion. He's in the prime of his career. I'm at the end of mine. I'm going to make sure he has a career because I'm not letting that match take place.
Mick, you've convinced me. He has. He's convinced me. I see the picture now. I see much more clearly now. What I see is you out here trying to redeem yourself. Now that you can't wrestle anymore. Now that nobody's buying your books. Now that nobody's going to your stand-up comedy gigs. All right? Now you've had a time to reflect. And you want to be a hero? You want to become some sympathetic icon and stand up for the wrestlers? You know what you're doing? This is a professional wrestling version of eating your dead. Because you're living off of the corpses and the injuries and the people that you forced to try to keep up with you. And that's what you get to live with. And you ain't stopping any match in this company or anywhere else. Now hit my freaking music.
Part of the problem, but what you're doing now is part of the solution. Thank you for that.
Tonight, on our Christmas edition of Impact, it's AJ Styles versus Douglas Williams for the television title under Iron Man rules.
Also tonight, the finals of the Knockouts Tag Team Title Tournament. The beautiful people go head up against Madison Rayne and Tara.
Plus, in our Impact main event, it's Team Beer Money. That's Beer Money, Abyss, and Jeff Hardy to take on Team Motor City Machine Guns. That's the Guns, Matt Morgan, and RVD, with the TNA Tag Team titles on the line. If the Guns win, they retain